Summer organizing does not mean we are doing a mass home reorg. We are fighting a few small and very specific battles so that you don't have to spend all your beautiful summer days doing housework. Instead, you're just getting very specific things done. You're leaving everything else alone, and then you get to go out and enjoy the sunshine. Project 1 is the craft supplies. And what you need to understand about craft supplies is that they're not normal objects. They are fertile. They multiply when you're not looking. Plus, half the markers and pens, they don't even work. The glue is welded together. And there's always that one container or drawer that's got enough sparkles to throw a party. 1 googly eye, 2 feathers, and 3 pipe cleaners. And it doesn't close. Like, what is that drawer? So we need to go through and sort out all of those crafts and get everything organized. So here's what you need to do. You got to dump it all out in one spot. And you can tell I am like right in the middle of this project right now. You're gonna see all the carnage. You're gonna make 3 piles, a keep, a toss, and a put it somewhere else. Now, as you go, you're gonna run the marker test. You're gonna just do a wiggle on paper and see if the marker or pen even works anymore, etc. Now, the surviving crafts. You're gonna find a solution that makes sense for your home, not the one on Pinterest that has the beautiful custom-made craft room that costs $50,000 that I don't have, and neither do you.
I'm talking about this.
I love a rolling tabletop cart, and that's because you can put things on it, you can do some crafts on it, and kind of who cares if it gets ruined? Then you can just do your thing and then roll it right back to the storage closet. Now, if you don't have a ton of space to store your crafts, you can also get these stack and lock containers. I have some of these around my house to, sort of take care of toiletries and stuff like that. And if you get yourself a label maker, you can also label like pens, markers, crayons, pipe cleaners, or whatever crafts you have floating around in your house. It might seem annoying, a little bit ridiculous to label crayons, but when you are the person who is looking for tape or scissors and your family knows this is where the stuff belongs, this is where it lives, this is the home, then you're gonna know where to find it next time. And by the way, so are they, so that you don't have to go on the hunt for it. Okay, now that we've handled the supplies, well, we've handled the supplies, but I haven't done that yet. Now we're gonna tackle something that might break your heart a little bit, come with a healthy dose of parental guilt, but don't worry, I got you. We're gonna tackle it right now. Project 2 is tackling this giant mountain of schoolwork and art that follows your kid home on the last day of school like a lost puppy. And this one is gonna pull at the heartstrings because, of course, you know you've got to sort through this pile, but when you get rid of something like a little piece of your child, you feel like you are quite literally throwing them out in the garbage. And that's not the way it is. And I have a little magic trick for you. I figured this one out a while ago. It works like a charm, and I want you to try this. It's this simple. Get your kid to sit down with you, and you are gonna ask them to go through it. That way, you don't have to be the one that makes these difficult decisions. Your kid's gonna do that for you, and then you don't have to do the dirty work of throwing out the thing that you think is special. Once you've rendered all of the stuff out of that pile, you can then sit down and establish, is this everything I'm gonna keep, or is there anything else I'm gonna get rid of? Following that, you're gonna get yourself something like this. You can label it with the child's grade and their name. It can be large, it can be small, it doesn't matter. You're gonna fill this to your heart's content with anything that you're keeping for your kid. And then when they graduate, and in 20 years, when they move out, God willing, in this economy, you're gonna hand all of this to them and make it their problem. 2 down, now we are going to get into the project where the clutter physically fights back, and I mean that quite literally. Project 3 is dealing with that overwhelming water bottle cupboard. You know the one. You open it up, you try to get a glass, and the next thing you know, you got a Stanley to the knee. And somewhere in there, you're gonna see Owalas and Starbucks tumblers and promotional things you got at some trade show 100 years ago, and roughly 100 lids and straws that absolutely have no match. We all have this cupboard. And you know what? We didn't have that in the 80s and 90s when I was growing up, and look at us. Us millennials are thriving. So the actual best solution to this insane cupboard is to declutter it and only keep the water bottles that you actually use and love every single day. But I also understand that some people have water bottles that match their outfit or their personality for the day. And if that's the case, you're gonna need a better method to organize them than what we currently have going on here. And that's why a stackable water bottle organizer is the perfect solution. You can stack it up as high as your cupboard will allow you to. You can also break it up and have half and half. And what this does is prevents that water bottle avalanche from happening to you. And it also allows you to see all the water bottles that you have at any given time so that you can grab the one that you actually want. Project 4 is quick and easy. Hats and sunglasses are the two things that you grab when you're on your way out the door, which is precisely why you can never find them exactly when you need to. Throw in a couple of family members to the mix and you've got hats and sunglasses piling up everywhere, but absolutely nowhere you can find them. And then you have to run a full search party to find the exact hat and pair of sunglasses that make the most sense for your look and everyone in your families before you're ready to leave. This wastes a lot of time. So the fix is to go vertical, and you don't need a full closet to do this. You can do this on the back of a closet door or even inside a cupboard in your bedroom. It doesn't matter where you put it as long as you've got a space where you can keep these things organized in together. At the end of the day, the most important thing for anything in your home is that it itself has a home so that it always knows where to nest and you always know where to find it. 4 projects down and they're all good, but this 5th one is going to make the biggest difference for you in the summer because it's the one single thing that's going to save you so much time. Project 5 is the summer go bag. And if you do nothing else on this entire list, please do this one. Remember back to the baby days where you had a diaper bag and it just stayed packed and ready to go at the door. You didn't have to rebuild it from scratch every time you left the house. It was just there. It was ready. So we're gonna do the exact same thing, but make it summer. So this is what I recommend. Get yourself a good waterproof bag. I happen to really like this waterproof bag because it's stable, it's sturdy, it can go in the washing machine, and you know what? It's ginormous. And then we're just gonna stock it with all the summer essentials so that when you get a call like, hey, be at the pool in 20 minutes, you don't have to spend 15 or 20 minutes frantically gathering all the things that you're gonna need anyway. It'll all just be sitting at the door and ready for you. So let's talk about what goes in the summer go bag. Honestly, this is something that you can sort of customize based on your family's needs. Just a few examples would be like towels, hats, sunglasses, sunscreen, bug spray, bathing suits, a bag to put wet bathing suits in, goggles, wipes, a small first aid kit, water bottles, and snacks that aren't gonna melt. You get the idea. And the most important thing that makes your go bag functional is that when you get back, you gotta unpack it and you gotta repack it right away. It takes about 2 minutes, but this top up, this 2 minutes of attention is going to make your summer so much better because you're not ever gonna have to deal with that last minute scramble. You'll leave it at the front door, you'll leave it in a coat closet. So that way you can say yes to the plans and not yes to, I gotta spend the next 20 minutes freaking out. Now, despite what I said, if you want to tackle some additional decluttering during the summer, I want you to watch this video. It is all about clutter traps and helping you figure out if you are falling into them. This one's really good and it's going to make you rethink a lot of systems that you have at home. So let me know in the comments down below which summer project you are going to tackle from this list, or maybe you're going to tackle more. I would love to know because I read all the comments. And that's it. That's the Blitz. 5 projects that you don't have to do today, but you can do them on a rainy day or on an early morning when you can't get back to sleep. And that way, once these are done, you can just go ahead and enjoy your lovely summer. And if you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.